Aw, that ain't nothing. You ought to see the one Mr. Miller's got.
Hello, Hank. Who's Mr. Miller?
Oh, a friend of my dad's. He's got one 10 times bigger than that. And it's only got 2 rails, like real trains. It's terrific, man.
I got a pretty big one in our basement.
You have?
Only I gotta get one of those.
Well, why don't you get one? They got plenty of them in there. Hey, Freddie, I got it.
Oh, boy, let me see it.
There you are. Here, I'll hold your apple.
It's swell, Hank. And only 50 cents.
Yeah? Anything else you need for your train?
Well, I could use a lot of things, but I'll have to wait till I get more money.
Well, next time you want something, you let me know, huh? So long.
Bye, Hank, and thanks again.
There. How's that?
Wonderful. You know why I like it? It doesn't look like me. Thanks so much, dear. Well, what's the matter, Martha? Don't you like it?
Oh, yes, it's lovely.
Well, what's the trouble?
Anna, I'm somewhat concerned.
Concerned about what, dear?
Well, I don't like to bring up this religious business again, but I've been here a few days, and it just rubs me the wrong way to see parents force their beliefs upon their children.
But Freddie and Peter share our beliefs, Martha.
That's only because you've never given them a chance to make up their own minds. To you, everything is settled, and you want to settle everything for them.
You're right. For me, there are certain things that are settled. And those are the things I want to pass on to my children.
But that shouldn't include your religious beliefs.
And why not?
Well, I feel that parents should confine their guidance to creating an open mind in their children. And then when they can think for themselves and make their own decisions, then they can choose for themselves.
Why should they have to wait to learn the truth? They have a right to know from the very beginning.
But what may be all right for you may be all wrong for Freddie or Peter.
But how can the truth ever be wrong?
Oh, you insist that what you believe is the truth. But what about all these other people who don't agree with you and who say that they have the truth?
All I can say, Martha, is I believe the Bible. To me, that's truth. I know some people don't agree, but it's in the Bible that I find my real happiness and where I know my children can find theirs.
The way you say it sounds so right. And still, I know you're so wrong.
But how can you say that?
Oh, Anna, believe me, I wish I could agree with you. But I only hope that when the time comes for Freddie to make his own decisions, he'll be able to make them. This doesn't look quite right here.
Hey, Hank,
Yeah?
do you think you could get me another one of those signals, like the last one you got me?
You got 4 bits?
Not on me, but I can bring the 50 cents tomorrow.
Well. Okay, you wait here. I'll be back in a jiffy. No, just looking around.
That's all right. You go right ahead. Yes, sir. Can I help you?
How's that for quick service?
Well, don't you want it?
No, I don't want it.
Look, you told me to get you one, didn't you?
Yeah, but I saw you swipe it.
Pretty slick, huh?
You shouldn't have, Hank. It ain't honest.
Say, what's eating you anyway? You wanted it? Now you got it.
You better take it back, Hank.
Are you crazy? Look, you got it, you keep it. And don't forget, you owe me $50.
Thank you. Oh, hello there. What can I do for you?
Here. I got these, but it ain't right.
Something wrong with them?
No. Nothing wrong with them. You see, I bought them from another kid for 50 cents.
50 cents? Boy, you sure made a good buy.
Yes, but you see, mister, I found out that he swiped them from you. So, well, anyway, there they are.
Fisher?
I'm Carl Fisher.
My name's Claxton. I'm the new owner of the toy store a few blocks from you.
Oh, glad to know you.
I'd like to talk to you about your son.
I see. Well, won't you come in?
Well, I don't want to intrude. It's just that
No, not at all. You're not intruding. Let me introduce you. This is our house guest, Miss Fay, Mr. Claxton, my wife.
I do.
And my father, Mr. Claxton.
Oh.
Glad to know you, Mr. Claxton.
How do you do, sir? Thank you. Mr. Fisher, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I must tell you of a most unusual experience I had today with your young son.
Freddie?
Yes.
Has he done something wrong?
Oh, quite the contrary. Your boy came into my store today and handed me 2 train signals. He told me that he bought them from another youngster, that he found out that the signals had been stolen from my shop.
Stolen?
It was quite refreshing to hear your boy say that it wouldn't be right for him to keep those signals. And that this was the reason why he was returning them. Oh, I'd like to add something else. I happen to know how much he really wanted those signals. You see, for some time now, he's been coming into the store. He'd just stand there with eyes big as saucers, looking at the ones on display. I dare say, for the past few days, he must have wanted those signals more than anything else in the world.
Yes, I'm sure he did.
I'd like to compliment you on the fine job you've done in bringing up a boy who would do a thing like this.
Thank you.
I also feel the boy has something coming to him for being so honest. So
No, Mr. Claxton. He merely did what was right.
I know, but if he hadn't, I'd be out 2 signals. So isn't it only right that I should share my small gain with him? I'd like to present him with one of the signals that he brought back.
I'm sorry, Mr. Claxton. He's already gone to bed.
I see. Well, will you kindly give him this in the morning with my compliments?
It really isn't necessary.
I wish you would.
Thank you. I know he'll be pleased.
Well, good night. Very nice meeting you.
Good night.
Good night.
Mr. Claxton, will you put another one of those aside for me? Freddie and I'll be in tomorrow to pick it up.
Certainly. I know it'll make him very happy. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Look here, Martha. There's no sense in spoiling the boy just because he did what he should have done in the first place.
Now, you hush, Grandpa. Anna, I'm beginning to understand what you meant the other night. I don't think you'll ever have to worry about your children making their own decisions.
Of course, if Freddie had been listening this evening, he'd have been very surprised at some of the things that were said about him. To his way of thinking, there was nothing else he could do. He knew what was right, and that settled it. Yes, it's a wonderful feeling to know that you've given your child a Christian training. What about you parents out there? Because there are lots of things you can do for your children. But nothing is more important than bringing them to faith in Jesus as their Savior. That's what Anna and I have tried to do with little Freddie. And that's what we hope you parents are doing for that little boy and girl of yours.